Hillary Donnell for Exeter TV, here to give you the latest on SAU 16, Parks and Recreation, the upcoming general election, and more on this, the Exeter Bi-Weekly Report. First up, we have Greg Bisson on how Exeter Parks and Recreation is going to spice up your fall during these unprecedented times.
Hi, I'm Greg Bisson, Exeter Parks and Recreation Director. We're here to talk about the exciting announcements we have for this October. With COVID-19 in mind, we want to keep the residents safe. One of the things we have done is we've started a scarecrow contest. We have limited availability, but sign up today, decorate your front yard, and make Exeter festive. Unfortunately, our traditional Halloween parade is something that we cannot hold safely. We have come up with an alternative plan, and we will be touring Exeter with some floats and decorations with the fire and police department. Details on the route will be released 3 days prior to the parade. And lastly, trick or treat. The select board recently voted to allow trick-or-treating, but we have a variety of different safety protocols we would love the residents to follow. First and foremost, we have moved trick-or-treat to 3 to 6 p.m. to allow for proper supervision. It can be difficult in these times to watch our kids run from house to house, so we want to make sure they follow all the safety protocols. We ask that people wear masks going door to door. We ask candy givers to have them set up in individual bags out front. We ask that you actually stay in your neighborhood and not wander around town. If you feel comfortable with a certain pod or neighborhood friends, you can go around with them, but we prefer you keep them very small. We ask that you use hand sanitizer in between each and every stop. And lastly, just be safe, use common sense. We want to make it a nice, safe environment. We want the kids to go back to school. Thank you and have a great Halloween.
For more information about the CDC Halloween guidelines, go to cdc.gov. And to keep up with Parks and Recreation, go to exeternh.gov/recreation. And now, a message from the town moderator about the upcoming general elections, followed by a message from filmmaker Ken Burns about NH's Vote Safe initiative.
Hello everyone, Paul Scafidi, Town Moderator. Today we're going to do a little PSA for the voting, which is coming up for November 3rd. We all have had our practice run a month ago where we were able to give a nice dry run, and we used everybody who came in to vote to see how it worked. It worked pretty well. And as of right now, we don't see any changes being made to how we are going to set up the polling place. You will be given the opportunity to wear a mask and come in the normal atrium way. If you do not want to wear a mask, you can go around to the front of the Talbot Gym on Linden Street and enter that way. There'll be a setup for the non-masked voters to be checked in, get their ballots to vote, put them through the machine and leave. Everybody else can come the normal way through the atrium, go to the ballot clerk, get their ballot, check it, put it through the machine and leave. We also have up the accessibility voting outside on Linden Street, where if you don't want to come into the polling place, you'll have the opportunity to drive up and give it to the assistant moderator and one of the ballot clerks out on Linden Street, and they will go inside and drop it into the absentee ballots, and it will be counted that way. You also can come up the accessibility on Linden Street and actually vote. You'll be asked to bring an ID. We'll check you off the voting list and give you the ballot. You'll sign on the affidavit, and you'll use it just like in a regular absentee ballot, but you can do it there the day of the voting.
The town moderator then goes into more detail, breaking down each step you need to complete when filling out your absentee ballot, how to mail it in, or where you can drop it off in person with the town clerk. Finally, Paul would like to leave you with a message about absentee voting and the elections in general.
But we're getting questions from people about how do I know if I drop this off, that my absentee ballot, or if it's mailed in, is my absentee ballot going to go through the machine? We've been doing elections like this with the machine since the early 90s. We've never had a problem whatsoever. You have to have faith in the people that are doing their job. You elect these people, you elect me as moderator to make sure that everybody's ballot is counted. We're not out here to do anything nefarious or anything crazy with your ballot. We're here to make sure that your ballot gets cast. I'm elected as moderator to make sure that all parts of the election are fair, and I do my damnedest to make sure that everybody's ballot is counted, unless there's some type of technical problem. So please don't worry about your ballot. We're not going to do anything with it. We're going to check it in. We're going to bring it to the voting booth, the voting area on Tuesday, the 3rd. We're going to recheck them at that point, open them up, and put them through the machines. At 8 o'clock in the morning, we're going to start doing absentee ballots. Once the absentee ballots have been checked and opened up, they can be brought and put through the voting machine. We're not doing anything crazy. All we're doing is trying to get the ballots done by 8 o'clock that night. So if you see one of the select persons or myself or the town clerk putting ballots into the machine, it's because they have been checked in, and that's the only way that we can count their vote unless something weird has happened to it. So understand that your vote is important to us as it is to you, and we're doing all that we can to make sure that it is safe and secure and the vote counts.
To watch the full video, check out Exeter TV on YouTube at exeternh.tv or on Channel 22 and Channel 98 here in Exeter, or watch on our Facebook page, Exeter TV.
Hi, I'm Ken Burns. I've been telling America's stories for more than 40 years, and one of the most compelling of those stories is winning the right to vote, exercising that right, and shaping our country's history. In New Hampshire, we have a proud tradition of in-person voting, resulting in our being among the highest voter turnout states in the country. Because of COVID-19, though, this year will be different. Wanting to avoid exposure to the virus, many voters will be reluctant to cast their ballot at crowded polling places. For that reason, New Hampshire law has been changed to allow access to absentee ballots and to register to vote by mail. To request an absentee ballot or registration materials and be able to vote safely and securely, go to the New Hampshire Secretary of State website, sos.nh.gov, or the website of your town or city clerk. Voters can also apply for an absentee ballot in person without crowds by contacting the town or city clerk. For those who do wish to vote at the polling place on Election Day, please wear your mask and follow the measures in place for social distancing and safety. However you choose to vote, the important thing is to vote. Our democracy depends on it. Thank you.
And now, your bi-weekly update from SAU 16.
All right, so let's talk about our return to school.
The next stage in returning to in-person learning has begun. School planning teams are sharing information with their respective school boards at their regularly scheduled public meetings. You can check them out on Blue Hawk Media Channel 13 or on our YouTube channel. You can also find more information at sau16.org. If you or someone you know is having a tough time, there are resources out there. And don't forget, Blue Hawk Media is also showing your high school sports games, with more being added each week.
He's going deep. Oh, he's got somebody. Oh, intercepted. Number 33, Weibergs gets the ball on the 50-yard line for the ball. He's going to pass.
He's going to throw. He throws it deep.
Did he catch it? Touchdown!
Touchdown.
Number 22, Spencer Clark.
We'd like to remind you that the town offices are going to be closed this Monday in observance of Indigenous Peoples Day. Thank you everyone for watching the Exeter Bi-Weekly Report. Our next episode will be October 23rd. Until then, this is Hillary Donnell for Exeter TV, and here's your 4-day forecast. Friday will be sunny with a high of 61 degrees and a low of 47 degrees. Saturday will be partly cloudy with a high of 78 degrees and a low of 52 degrees. Sunday will be partly cloudy with a high of 57 degrees and a low of 46 degrees. Monday will be rainy with a high of 58 degrees and a low of 52 degrees.